touch you unless you're dead or dying.
I'm done again. Sitting at the table last night with my wife doing my taxes, and I said, wow, we've owned this house for a year now and paid all this interest, paid all these taxes. It's like, $1,500 a month total. I think the taxes equal about maybe $500 a month. So I'm thinking, wow, we're going to do our taxes. We're going to make a lot of money back. We have this house and, the American dream, owning a property. See how much. So we did the taxes without the house and with the house. And it was virtually the same. What's the benefit of having a damn house? I thought we had all kinds of tax savings. I thought it was going to give me a bunch of money back, but I guess I was wrong. And then I saw a few things on the news today, and a few quotes online, and just reading all the people that are just fed up. And I read a good one. How many countries tax their citizens and send the money to the United States? Can you name just one that does that? No, neither can I. And also remember, too, the same people terrified of Doge wanted to hire 87,000 IRS agents to audit you to make sure you pay more. Why? Why do they want more? Don't they have enough? Unbelievable. I was just thinking, I got another great idea for all the radical Democrats out there. You're all pissed off that Trump won, so I got a great idea. You're so mad that he's in there. When Trump takes away the taxes on your overtime, when you work overtime, you get to keep all that money. I got a great idea. If you hate him so much, don't fucking spend the money. Don't pay your bills with it. Take that money, donate it to a good cause. Either save it to your radical Dems that run for president 4 years from now, put it into an account, and then you can give it to Kamala, whatever else fucking idiot runs for presidency in 4 years. Or donate to a good cause. Maybe Kamala's a raging lunatic. She lost. She didn't know jack shit about anything. She's useless. All she is just a blabber bag. She runs her mouth. I never saw the woman answer one question. Not one question could she answer. And you idiots wanted her running the country. Thank God the smart people won. Thank God the smart people's votes counted. We spoke. It was answered. Trump's now going to be the president. Thank God. I've been smiling for days.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. Now, majority of the MAGA people, they're the ones who voted in for Donald Trump. Around 57%. They're the ones who brought back Donald Trump in the office. Now, we are seeing the same majority of the MAGAs. They're the ones who are coming out and really crying because of the high cost of living and also broken system. In this video, I'm going to play you some of the compilation of videos from white Americans. They are coming out and really crying because of how America it has turned into. Kindly guys, watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment. All credits go to the original creator of the video. Kindly give this video a thumbs up. I'll be back with more comment.
Don't get me wrong, I love being single and I love living alone. It's great, it's fantastic, but fuck, it's expensive. I just spent $600 on brakes on my car, just on the front part of the car, because I couldn't afford all four brakes and axles and rotors and whatever the fuck. And then now I just paid my car payment, which is $500, so I just blew $1,100 in like 3 hours, and it wasn't even like fun, Fuck. Sorry, it's just so overwhelming. Like, you work and 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 you work, and it's just to pay off like your basic necessities. And you can't, like, in this city that I live in, public transport, please. If I were to do public transport, it's like asking to get rate, and I really shouldn't be crying because now I have to go to another work event, and now I'm gonna be all puffy. Living is so expensive. Just keeping yourself alive and floating is so expensive. And what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted is if I were to take public transport here, especially for my job requires a car. I have to have a bunch of shit that I have to lug with me for work. And I can't do that with public transport. I'm venting. Inflation sucks. Just living in America sucks. Living alone sucks. It's great, but it sucks. Because you have to front all the expenses by yourself. I need a husband just so that I can live. So we can split the bills.
Yeah. Mortgage payment's going to be late again. I always try to figure out, like, do I pay the electric and the fuel and the groceries and the overdue credit card bill and the cable bill, or do I pay the mortgage payment that's already late and then everything else is going to be late and then there's going to be interest and fees tacked on? What are you supposed to do? I mean, can people work 3-4 jobs? I physically can't do it. I'm 49 years old and I'm fucking exhausted. Where's the light at the end of the tunnel? I don't understand what to do anymore. I mean, my mortgage payment's always late. Like, they give you a 15-day grace period, thank God. But then you go past the 15th and you got a big, late fee. And that's the problem I have. You pay it past the end of the grace period, and then you're like, thank God I finally paid it, right? But then you realize it's due again. And now you're back. You're behind. You're just like, you feel like you're drowning in water. Like when you can't swim and you're in a lake and you can't keep your head above water. Every day, just struggling to survive, struggling to get through, struggling to live another day. Thank God I got my family and my kids. I don't know what I'd do without them. They said the economy was bouncing back. They said inflation was cooling down. They said jobs were up and people were doing better. But let me ask you something. Better for who exactly? Because for the working class, for people like us, nothing's really changed. We're still scraping by. We're still choosing between paying rent, paying mortgage, buying groceries. Which way are you going to go? Gas might be down a few cents, but it's still not affordable. Our paychecks haven't grown, but everything else around us has. We're working harder than ever. We're doing overtime. We're doing side hustles. We're selling shit just to make it through the next fucking month. And what do we get told? Be grateful you have a job. Stop complaining. Things could be worse. Work harder. You should budget better. No, we've been working fucking hard. We've been fucking budgeting. We've been sacrificing. We've hustled. We've waited. And guess what? We're fucking tired. We're fucking angry. We're fed up with the lies and the fake promises. So if this is what better looks like, you can keep it. Because working class people deserve more than fucking survival. We deserve to live, not to just exist.
Hi guys, I'm really stressed today. I just went to the grocery store, bought 10 items, and it was $80 freaking already. I literally have $10 left on my account. The fuck? So a little backstory. I got laid off from my job a month ago. And I've been applying for jobs months before I got laid off. Sent out hundreds of resumes already. Applied to hundreds of jobs on the internet, remote and on-site. Tailored my resume to every position that I applied using ChatGPT. Went to only a few interviews. And still nothing. Like, what the fuck is going on with America right now? Like, it's so freaking hard to live here. Like, I'm gonna stay positive. I'm gonna keep applying for jobs. I'm gonna keep showing up. But man, my bills are not going to wait.
75% of Americans currently are living paycheck to paycheck. You ever feel like no matter how hard you work, you're still falling behind? That's not an accident. We're living in a country where debt is a business model. They sell you college dreams, but don't tell you it comes with a lifetime bill. They tell you to buy the car, buy the house, live the dream, But swipe that card, take that loan, and keep paying. When you can't keep up, they say it's your fault. The truth is, the system needs you drowning. They need you stressed. They need you tired, because if you're busy surviving, you're too tired to ask, why is this the way it is? If you're feeling overwhelmed right now, it's not because you failed. It's because the game was rigged before you even started. You're not broken. The system is. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner your life will begin to improve. Live within your means. Work as hard as you can to get rid of that debt. And try to live. Just live. Don't worry about all the fancy crap. You don't need it. Try to live within your means, and your life will drastically improve, I promise you.
Oh, they want to work you until you're dead. It's been their plan all along. When you were born, they issued you a serial number to keep you in line. They took your footprints. They kept all your records. We're all issued a barcode, just like cattle would be on a farm. And they mandate that your parents or legal guardians send you to school, indoctrination camp. And if you don't, there's legal action taken against your parents, and they'll make sure you get to school because it's a 8-hour workday. And they push you through a 30-minute lunch. And there's bells that go off that start to train your mind, just like prison, just like a 9-to-5 job that you work today, all for us to pay for permission to go fishing and hunting. And we're not allowed to keep all of our money. In fact, every time we get paid our money, we have to pay them. Every time we use our money, we have to pay them. Whenever we leave the house, we have to pay them. Only 120, 150 years ago, people were living off the grid, no issues, tax-free, living off of a homestead, growing all of their stuff, food, shelter, water. They had it. It was no issue to them. The Amish people seem to really have it figured out.
The cost of living in this country is currently, it's not going to be, it is currently unsustainable. And there are people that they know this, but then they'll still look at somebody else that's struggling and then tell them they're not doing good enough. I want you to imagine somebody that makes $75,000 a year. That's a pretty high up wage in terms of like top earners in this country, $75,000 a year. And we're going to go through some things here. This is a person with no debt outside of a car. And please don't hit me with the, you can go buy a car for, shut up, you can't, shut up, stop saying ridiculous things. An entry-level decent car is $30,000. So this person who puts $200 a month into insurance and they pay 5% into their 401k because, shut up, people should be able to put money into their retirement. Because if you're not doing it now, you're never going to get to start doing it later. So after those two things come out of their paycheck, and their taxes are paid, they bring home $53,850 a year from a $75,000 paycheck. Average rent in my state for a one-bedroom apartment, because an adult should be able to live by themselves, $1,700. That car payment at 6% for an entry-level, very reasonable sedan, nothing fancy, the car payment's $579 a month. Car insurance, $240 or so a month for a lot of vehicles in this day and age. You're a young person, you've got a nice job, but the insurance companies still want to screw you over. Food. You only cook at home. You never, ever go out. You only cook at home and you only eat decent quality food because a human being should be allowed to eat decent quality food. You pay $879 a month for that. You spend $250 a month in gas. You wear and tear on your car $100 a month. $80 for your phone, $80 for your internet, $175 a month for your electricity, $70 for your water, $20 for your cash. You make $75,000 a year, and outside of a car payment, you have zero debt. Do you know how much money you have left over annually at a $75,000 wage? You do nothing. You don't own a Netflix. You don't go out on a date. You don't pay to go to a park. You don't go watch a movie. You do nothing. If you can't find it on the internet for free, you don't get to do it. If you can't cook it at home for your $800, you don't get to do it. You have $3,700 left over annually. That's like $320 a month. And there's going to be, well, that's $300. Shut up. Shut your stupid, contrarian, edgelord mouth. That's not a doctor bill, because God knows just because we have insurance doesn't mean that we don't still pay far out the ass when we go to the doctors. People like to be entertained. They want to date. They want to... There's those of you out there that will tell somebody living like this on $75,000 a year before taxes that they are not doing what they're supposed to do, that they should get a second job, that they should get a side hustle, that they should get a better job. And the fact that you would look at somebody with no debt other than a car and say something like this to them means objectively you're a moron and you live in a fantasy world. This is unsustainable.
Who else is fucking tired of the cost of rent in this country? I know I am. And they say just work hard and save you a little down payment. You know, it'll happen in no time, right? Wrong. Not when you're paying $20,000 plus a year in rent. What the fuck are you gonna save? And if you can't afford to save, let's just like play it out. How are you gonna get approved for a house that's over $250,000 for a starter home now? Not only that, but rent goes up every year. And I get it, cost of taxes, insurance, whatever the fuck, but I'm not getting any more house. And shit, like I got my car stolen out of the fucking driveway here. And the rent still went up $100 a month, like a few months later. Like in 4 years we've been at the house that we are now, we would have paid off an entire house like 15 years ago. An entire house. And let's not even talk about the fact we've got Vanguard and BlackRock out here buying up the majority of homes, virtually inflating the market any which way they wish. Soon nobody will be able to afford to own either because those property taxes and the insurance is about to skyrocket. But I kind of feel like that might be the plan, you know? Nobody owns anything, everybody works till they die, nothing to pass down, no generational wealth anymore. It's like what George Carlin said. It's called the American Dream because you gotta be asleep to believe it. Getting fucking tired of this capitalistic hellscape, y'all. See you guys next time. Bye.
Let's talk about who the American dream was never meant for. From the start, the American dream was a myth. In the 1930s, the US government literally drew lines around primarily black neighborhoods in order to deny them loans, a process today known as redlining. Not only was this harmful because it kept black Americans out of homes, but it also denied them access to generational wealth. Meanwhile, throughout the 20th century, black workers and immigrants were exploited in factories, in mines, and in fields, while the rich got even richer. Not to mention union busting and wage theft kept families in poverty for decades, and we can even see those effects today. It's not that the American dream is broken, it's that it is a myth for the majority of people. It was meant for white middle-class people who had the resources to try to elevate themselves to the top 1%. So by supporting billionaires like Elon Musk or like Mark Zuckerberg, you are supporting a system that actively hurts minorities as well as the everyday people just like you. It's time for us to rebuild a system that is truly fair and equitable for everybody. Peace and love.
Is anyone else completely sick and tired of living in America where you're expected to work your entire life? Like, we are not here to work. Our jobs are not our lives. Our jobs are not our purpose. Like, everyone asks me, like, what's your job? What are you doing with your life? Like, I'm just trying to save enough and get passive income so I can go travel the world and start my life. Like, everyone thinks their purpose is to work. Like, you get done with high school, then you go to college for 4 years, then you're $30,000 in debt, and then you're trying to find a job just so you can pay off that debt over the next 3 years. And then what? Then you're making enough money just to pay your mortgage and afford groceries and then pay for kids. And then before you know it, you're 60 and you're retiring and your body hurts because of your job and you didn't do anything that you wanted to do. And that's our life. That's what you're expected to do. And if you break out of that, then people are going to judge you and think you're weird or you're crazy or you're a hippie. I'm so sick of it. America needs to make a change. Something needs to change because people are not happy here. People are not living their dreams. People are not living their life. They are working. They think that their work is their life. It is not that way.
People are broke, and now there's proof showing up in the numbers. Kellogg's reported an 8.6% drop in cereal sales. Crocs pulled its entire financial forecast. Heineken says people are drinking less, and even global giants like Nestle are seeing sales fall across the board. And what's scary about this, it's not about cutting luxuries. People are walking away from everyday items. Candy, snacks, fast food, takeout. Last Saturday, I went for lunch at a popular restaurant. Usually packed at noon, we expected a wait. Instead, we were just a handful of people there. Because consumers are cutting back hardest on items that bring joy. Chips, chocolate, going out to dinner. Not because they want to, because simply they don't have the fucking money. And companies know it. Forecasts are being pulled. Behind the scenes, they see the truth. Demand just isn't slowing, it's fucking collapsing. After 5 brutal years, Americans are barely hanging on, and now the administration slaps tariffs on top of it. It's like throwing gasoline on an already burning house. These families are one missed paycheck away from financial collapse. Americans aren't tightening belts anymore. They've run out of fucking notches.
I was just thinking, I got another great idea for all the radical Democrats out there. You're all pissed off that Trump won, so I got a great idea. You're so mad that he's in there. When Trump takes away the taxes on your overtime, when you work overtime, you get to keep all that money. I got a great idea. If you hate him so much, don't fucking spend the money. Don't pay your bills with it. Take that money, donate it to a good cause. Either save it to your radical Dems that run for president 4 years from now, put it into an account, and then you can give it to Kamala, whatever else idiot runs for presidency in 4 years. Or donate to a good cause. Maybe donate the money to the Red Cross or UNICEF or your local dog shelter. If you don't like Trump and you don't want his fucking money, then donate the money to a good cause. You're all a bunch of crybaby morons. Get the fuck over it. Kamala's a fucking raging lunatic. She lost. She didn't know jack shit about anything. She's fucking useless. All she is just a blabber bag. She runs her mouth. I never saw the woman answer one question. Not one question could she answer. And you idiots wanted her running the country. Thank God the smart people won. Thank God the smart people's votes counted. We spoke. It was answered. Trump's now going to be the president. Thank God. I've been smiling for days.
I've been unable to stop crying for the past several days. I don't know if it was my son's hospitalization or what's going on. I just feel really, really depressed. I always feel depressed, but sometimes I can't numb myself. It's hard to come home. My house is all torn up from the mold. There's leaks in it, and I can't afford to fix it. I just feel like nothing ever goes my way. I don't know how to keep pushing. I feel like I get denied help at every corner, every turn. All I want to do is get better, and I need my son in a facility so that I can get better. And I can't get him in a facility no matter what I try. I just don't know what to do anymore. No one has answers for me. No one can help my situation. I can't fix my situation. How do you keep pushing when you have nothing left? How do I keep being what my sons need me to be when I have nothing left? I know I'm a talented person. I know I have a lot of things to offer the world, and I just can't do it. I'm just so stuck. My heart hurts so much. It's breaking. It breaks for all the people in a situation like mine. It breaks for all the people who struggle to survive and just can't. I mourn for all the human lives that just their society or culture or whoever's around them just doesn't value their life. I hate that some people's lives get valued more than others. I've always felt really deeply, like, I remember when I was 6 years old, watching a woman talk about a racial issue, and I didn't understand it. I'll have to tell the whole story sometime. It's something I'm not really ready to talk about, my past and how I grew up. But I just remember hearing what she had to say, and it didn't make any sense to me, and it hurt my soul. Like, I was crying. I can't watch someone in pain and not feel it in every cell of my body. I don't know why I'm that way. I'm extremely sensitive. And I'm the one experiencing the suffering, and so many people have helped, and it's like still not enough, and I don't feel like I can keep asking people for help. It's hard for me to watch people have fun when I don't know how I'm gonna make it through the next hour. And this has been so many years now. It's like so many years, and I just don't have any fight left. Yesterday, I broke down in front of my son, and I'm so mad at myself. I can't hold it together all the time. I just feel so alone. And I feel like I have no power. I don't know what else can go wrong. Like, I can't afford to fix my house. I think I need to sell it. But then I lose my only monthly income. I don't know. It's just like, I'll lose all my wealth. People have to lose it all the time. I get it. I'm not the only one. It's just, I tried so hard to like keep it, because it was the one thing I had that I built when I had health. I don't want to lose everything that I built when I could. It's not gonna sustain me for the rest of my life if I lose it. I hope that I can turn a corner mentally and get some more fight left, because there's going to be several months before I can even begin to have someone look at my son's case and decide whether or not he needs residential. I have to be able to survive that. I know I'm getting depressed because the winter is coming, the days are getting shorter, and it's just darker all the time, and I get seasonal depression added to my depression. And so living in Utah is really hard for that. The cold really hurts my body. I can't squeeze my hands. I can't feel my limbs. I get numb everywhere. I think it's probably like there's like a clock, a seasonal clock in my body, and my body knows that winter's coming, and it rejects it, and it fears it. And I don't know. There's just a lot going on.
I am so tired of feeling helpless as a parent. Yes, my kids are grown adults. My oldest is 28, my youngest is 25. And I thought by teaching them what I learned, which is you work hard, you get a good job, you're going to get the things in life that you need, right? Worked for me. Why wouldn't it work for them? Because it doesn't. Because the world has fucking changed, all right? And now I feel like I see them struggling. And before my generation comes at me, yes, I understand struggling is a part of life. We all struggled. But there's a difference between struggling and drowning, all right? So we struggled, and it was tough. But you know what? We made it. We knew there was a light at the end of the tunnel with our struggle. It seems like kids today, no matter how much they struggle, they just get further and further down the water into the drowning point. All right. When I was their age, I was making less than $10 an hour, and I could afford to live on my own. Now you have to be making six-figure salary to get a decent, tiny little place to live. So what the fuck is going on, and how do we help them as parents? I told my son, all you have to do is work hard, go to college, or join the military like I did. He went to college, got his degree, got a full-time job. He moved back in with me right when he graduated from college because he said, hey, Mom, as soon as I get a job, which was within 2 weeks of him getting out of college, maybe take me 2 months and I'll save up enough money for me to move out. Okay, cool. It's been 10 months. He has saved almost every dime and still can't afford to live. Why are one-bedroom studio apartments almost $2,000 a month? Why? Like, I just don't get it. So I don't even think that there's even classes anymore. There used to be, upper class, middle class, lower class. It's literally turning into the ultra wealthy, and then everybody else is just poor. Like, that's what is happening. And then I told him, hey, when you turn 25, at least your car insurance will go down. Hell no, he turned 25 and his car insurance went up $150. I tell him, if you need health insurance, get a good job. He has health insurance. He has had a medical emergency this week. Had to go to emergency room twice. He had to go to the emergency room because he couldn't get anybody to see him with the health insurance that he had. Right? So he had to go to an emergency room. Now he's out money for that too. It seems like you can never get ahead. And then my daughter, I told her all you have to do because she wanted to buy her own house. My daughter worked 6 days a week, 12 hours a day to save up enough for this down payment. Finally got this house. She's paying double what I'm paying for my mortgage, but her loan was the same amount. And then her mortgage company, after she's already moved in, said, oh, by the way, we forgot to tell you that you need this type of coverage, which we forgot at the beginning. That's an extra $200 you've been paying a month. And all they see when they come home is they watch social media, kids their age, on lavish vacations with all this money and nothing to do, all these social media influencers, because we value those types of things over hard workers. We will pay them $10,000, but you work 40 hours a week, you can't afford it.
I'm this close to spending that last $400 on a one-way ticket.
Yes. Book a one-way ticket out of the US if you are trying to save money. I think all of us can agree that it has become ridiculously expensive to live in the US. Many of us are living paycheck to paycheck and just continuing to accrue debt. And honestly, the only way that I saw out was to sell my house and to move to Bali. And if you don't have a house to sell, that's okay. Take what money that you have in savings and book a one-way ticket to an affordable country like Indonesia, Thailand, Ecuador, Colombia, Vietnam, Cambodia. The cost of living in these countries is less than $1,000. You can probably get it to $200 to $300 for a month. You can stay in hostels. You can house sit for people and have your accommodation completely calm. You can pet sit as well. But slaving in America is not it anymore. We are not the land of the free. We are the land of the slaves. We are common day slaves. All we do is work, eat, sleep, repeat. So if you're sick of struggling and living paycheck to paycheck, the only way that I see out is to leave the US indefinitely and take it from somebody who has already done so last year. Life is so much better abroad.
If you don't like the US, if you don't like the direction that it's headed in, pack your bag and leave. It's the morning after the US election. I'm in the airport, as you can see, and this is your sign. You can just leave. I did it 2 years ago. I live in the UK now, and there's so many options. I hear a lot of people saying, like, oh, I can't leave the US. I'm a broke college student. First of all, it's so easy to get a student visa in other countries, and you'll probably pay the same, if not less, to get a higher education. If you want to get a job abroad, I would ask ChatGPT to help you find something that aligns with what you're looking for, because there are so many great countries out there. I do highly recommend an English-speaking country. I think part of the reason moving to the UK has been so easy for me is because they obviously speak English. Just something to consider. But anyway, if I can do it, you can do it. Like, literally, get on a plane. You'll never look back. And if you're worried about your friends and family, it's so easy to go see them. The world is actually really small. You don't realize that in America. It is. So just leave. Like, literally, your life is not over. Promise.
So many people want to move from United States. I've been getting direct messages every single day. I moved from the United States a couple of months ago with my entire family to Eastern Europe, Northern Europe. And here's the 5 top reasons why we left the United States. Number 1, access to good food, healthy organic food at half the price. In the United States, there's many foods that you have that are actually banned in Europe. Second, healthcare. It's 3 times cheaper to get healthcare here. You can get a full panel of blood work for 100 euros. A professional private clinic is 50 euros per visit, a private one. And you can actually get one for probably for 10 or even free if you get in line. Third, childcare. It's absolutely unreasonable for mothers to bear children, give birth to children, and then get taxed at 50% of their income to pay for daycare. Daycare should be free. Hence, it's literally almost free in Europe. You get almost a year maternity leave. In the United States, you get 0 maternity leave. So the entire industry of childcare is like a business in the United States rather than a human right. Socially, people are way less divided than they are in the United States. In the United States, the moment you're red or blue, you just got to read the room, which room you walk in. Otherwise, you get attacked and all the other things. Last but not least, the politics. The politics in the United States shows us that trajectory for the next 10 years is not up. It's actually a slow degrade for the last 10 years, and it's not hard to do the math and look, the next 10 years is going to be even.
In today's economy, do you think a couple that brings home $100,000 is enough to support a small family of like 3 to 4 people? I asked this because I made a post yesterday about how Americans are really struggling, and it was really sad and eye-opening to me to see the amount of people who said, I make 6 figures now, yet we're still struggling. And I don't mean is it enough to buy like luxuries. I just mean is $100,000 enough to live comfortably without having to live paycheck to paycheck. I remember like 12 years ago, my mom told me about this couple I knew who were making like a combined salary of $110,000. And at that point in my life, 20s, I'm thinking, what a dream, what a goal it was for me to be able to say one day that my husband and I were making like $110,000. And now here I am in 2023, and I'm like, it's not the dream life anymore. Like if someone would have told me my husband and I would be making what we're making and still having to cut back on necessities, I would have been like, you have to be kidding me. Like we didn't even go on a vacation this year because the last thing I'm going to do is put a vacation on a credit card, but we didn't have extra money to bring our kids on a vacation, and we both have good jobs. So if you think $100,000 is enough, I'm curious, what's your location? Do you not have children? Like why do you think it's enough? Because I'm telling you from yesterday's post on here, the comments say different, and the comments say that a majority of Americans are really, really struggling, and I mean hardworking Americans.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video and you have seen how majority of Americans, they are really crying simply because of majority of them, they voted in for Donald Trump because they knew that Donald Trump policy, it is only going to affect the black people. But right now we are seeing that even the MAGA people, they are coming out and crying because Donald Trump policy, it is also affecting them. So we are seeing how life it has turned, how life it is in America, because we are seeing it is there is a high cost of living, and also majority of the Americans right now, they cannot even afford basic necessities. You can imagine majority of them, they cannot even afford basic necessity. So if they are white Americans, they cannot afford basic necessities, what about the black people? What about the immigrant people who are coming in America? So this is tell you that America dream, it is also no more. You have heard from one of the American man coming out and telling us that right now American dream, it is dead. And for me, I can tell you that right now it is true, American dream, it is dead. For those black people who they are looking their visas, who they are struggling to look for American visa to these Western countries visa, right now they need to stop looking for that visa. They better stay in their country because things have changed in these Western countries. In these money countries, things have really changed, and we are seeing how it is. This video, I've decided to do it so that I can show the world, I can show the black people how things have changed in America, so that they can prepare their mind, and they can be prepared physically if they really want to go to America. Because I know majority of the black people, they usually believe in American dream. They usually leave their family, they usually leave their country, their friends, just to go to America to look for green pasture. But right now things have changed in America. So you can imagine if the white Americans, the American citizens themselves, they are really crying because of high cost of living. What about you, who you are leaving your country to go and work and look for green pasture in America? Life, it will become more difficult also for you. And also, we have been seeing how America thinks it is right now. America, they really don't want other people in their country, simply because you can see how they are really deporting those illegal immigrants. America, the person who is in the office, he really want America to be for the Americans people only. He really want white people in Americans only. And that's why I'm telling you that things have changed in America. And also, I feel sorry to the MAGA people, for those MAGA people who they went ahead and vote against their own interest. We have been seeing also the white people, the MAGA people, coming out and crying simply because they cannot even afford basic necessities. Even they cannot even afford right now to pay their bills, their health bills, their medical bill. So this will tell you that these people, they were voting against their own interest, knowing that Donald Trump policy, it is only going to affect the illegal immigrant and the black people and the Latinos. All these are immigrant people, that the ones who are going to suffer the most. And that's why they went ahead and vote in for Donald Trump. For me, what I can tell you is right now, right now things have changed in America, and America, it is falling. For me, I keep on telling you that America will not soon recover from the hands of Donald Trump. I keep on telling you that it is very hard to build a house. It is very hard to build a house, but if you want to bring down that house, you can even use 2 hours, 3 hours, even 1 day just to bring down the house. But you might take years, months, and so many years to build the kind of house that you want. But to bring down, it will even take a day to bring down that house. And that's why Donald Trump is doing in America. Donald Trump is bringing America down. He thinks that he's making America safe by deporting these other people, wanting America to become for only Americans people, the white people only. By doing this, he doesn't know that he's bringing America down, because you have been seeing how also the people, or the America, how it is bringing the enmity with other country. This is tell you that also how America is creating enmity. Also, it is making the people also to hate America. And that's why majority of Americans, they really feel sorry by saying that American dream, it is dead. And also, they didn't knew that Donald Trump is going to make America to be what it is today, because things have changed. Life, it is more difficult. And also, we saw the other day how the Republicans, they came out and vote so that they can remove the big beautiful bill. And you guys will know the big beautiful bill, how it has been helping those low income people, how it has been helping those rural hospital, and also how it has been helping those children who, by giving them the snacks. So for me, I can tell you that Donald Trump, he really wants to make sure that America, it is only safe for the billionaires and the millionaires people. Yeah, but if you are a poor people, you will continue to be poor in America. America, it is not safe for you. America right now, it is for the billionaire and the millionaires people. And that's why you can see the people who are in government, they are all billionaires, and they are changing the rules. They are making the rules which it is favor them, but not favoring the poor people. Because how comes you know that the big beautiful bill, it is helping so much people? It is helping some of the children. It is helping those low income people to pay their medical bill, because majority of them, they were depending to this Medicaid. And right now, we saw the Republicans, they came out and cancel and slash the Medicare for those people who are low income people. So this tell you that Donald Trump is making some of the changes which it is favoring those millionaire and billionaire people, not to lose more money, but to make them continue to be more, by continue to make them more, to become more billionaire. But for the younger people, not for the younger people, for the poor people, they will still continue to be like slaves. They will still continue to be poor. For them to pay their Medicare, for them to brought up their children, they need to work very hard. They need to get more than 3 or more than 4 jobs. So this tell you that things have changed in America, and majority of Americans, they are also losing their jobs. Majority of Americans, they cannot even afford some basic necessities. So a lot of things is happening, and kindly guys, you can help me comment down below and tell me exactly what do you think America it is today. So you can write there in the comment section, and we can talk more on the comment section. So kindly guys, subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share, and also comment. See you on my next one. Bye bye.